Most of us spend our entire waking lives in a frantic state of reaction. We process daily anxieties, rush from task to task, and operate in a constant state of high alert. Biologically, this is known as the beta brainwave state. This graph maps the electrical frequency of that waking state. Your brain operates much like a biocomputer, relying on these fast 20 cycles per second currents to calculate immediate surface-level problems. Yet the top 10% of high performers approach problem solving differently. They do not force their brains to think harder or process faster. Instead, they intentionally slow their mental frequency down to access a quieter, more stable level of thought. High-frequency beta brainwaves prioritize external scanning and immediate logical processing, keeping your attention scattered across the surface of your environment. This constant state of outward focus triggers a biological cycle of reaction and stress, locking you into a survival mode where you remain a victim of circumstance rather than an active creator. When you slow those electrical pulses down, the erratic beta wave smooths out into a deeply rhythmic frequency between 7 and 14 cycles per second. This is the alpha level, a stable frequency that acts as the primary bridge between your conscious mind and your subconscious resources. Reaching this state deliberately requires training the physical body to fall asleep while keeping the conscious mind entirely awake. A precise way to force this biological shift is to practice a specific countdown, starting at 100 and counting backward to 1 every morning. This specific conditioning system was developed by a radio repairman named Jose Silva, who spent decades studying electrical frequencies to map out exactly how the human mind could be systematically reprogrammed. The practical results of this mental conditioning are measurable. Prior to the 1980 Lake Placid Olympics, researchers tracked groups of elite athletes and found that competitors who integrated heavy mental visualization at these lower frequencies significantly outperformed those who relied solely on physical training. Entering the alpha level establishes a stable biological baseline for internal change. At this frequency, you gain the required mental stability to begin reprogramming your default behaviors and life outcomes. Once you enter the alpha frequency, spoken language loses its effectiveness. The subconscious mind does not process words well. It communicates almost entirely through vivid, spatial imagery. This diagram shows the exact physical mechanism needed to speak that language. By closing your eyes and angling them upward by about 20 degrees, you trigger a shift in awareness and project a massive, blank cinematic canvas roughly 6 feet in front of you. This is your mental screen. On this screen, there is a strict biological difference between passive imagination and active visualization. Daydreaming is simply replaying a past memory. Active visualization requires you to deliberately construct and project specific, new data into the void. Your intentions remain abstract without this spatial workspace. The mental screen is the central command interface necessary for you to input commands and direct your own biology. To utilize that interface, you follow specific cognitive formulas. The primary technique for correcting complex external problems is known as the mirror of the mind. As illustrated here, the formula begins by visualizing your current problem inside a heavy blue-framed mirror projected directly onto your mental screen. You shift the mirror slightly to your left, turn the frame a brilliant white, and lock in the image of the fully resolved state. From that moment on, whenever you think of the issue, you only recall the white-framed solution. You can anchor this internal work with physical triggers in your daily life. Pressing your thumb and first 2 fingers together can instantly recall the calm focus of alpha during an emergency. Drinking half a glass of water before bed can program your mind to deliver specific solutions through your dreams. By applying these structured formulas, you stop reacting to the circumstances of your life and begin actively architecting them. As your proficiency at the alpha level deepens, the training moves towards its ultimate capability, detaching your awareness from the physical boundaries of your body. In this context, ESP does not mean extrasensory perception. It stands for effective sensory projection. It is the highly practical, natural ability to project your consciousness into external matter. This requires progressive, structured training. You start by projecting your mind into the molecular structure of inanimate metals. Over time, you advance to living organisms, mentally exploring the living cellular structure of a tree as it chefs through all 4 seasons. The final evolutionary step is projecting your awareness into another human being, regardless of their physical location, to detect physical ailments and initiate psychic healing. This non-local connection has drawn serious attention from the scientific community. Apollo 14 astronaut Edgar Mitchell spent his career following his lunar mission founding research institutes to rigorously study the mechanics of extended consciousness. Psychic projection relies on biology, not magic. It is a latent technology built into the human operating system, fully accessible to anyone who takes the time to bridge their left and right brain hemispheres. Ascending from the chaotic, waking sleep of the beta trance into the expansive power of the alpha mind requires intense focus and highly specific conditioning. The methods to achieve this state are proven and replicable, but they demand a rigorous, step-by-step internal construction to be deployed safely and effectively. If you are ready to build that internal architecture, we are breaking down the entire Silva Record curriculum in our comprehensive 80-video masterclass. It all starts by sitting down, closing your eyes, and learning how to truly see.